This video will focus on the servo motor smartware. The servo motor has a small shaft on top with a cross piece. The shaft of the motor moves around up to 190 degrees, and this can be used to move things around in your plans. The blocks in Workshop for the servo motor give you flexibility on how and when you control its movements. This first video will talk about the two basic blocks for the servo motor, Set Servo Position and Servo Motor Idle. The first block we will talk about is the Set Servo Position block, which allows you to choose the position that the motor will move to. The slider lets you move it to the position you want easily, and the graphic just above the slider shows how far around the shaft will move, depending on the position. To show this, grab two Set Servo Position blocks and one Wait block from the Flow menu. Connect one servo block to the start. Connect the Wait block to it. Then connect the second servo block to the Wait block. For the first servo block, make sure the position is all the way to the left, at 1. Have the Wait block set to about a second. Then make sure the second servo block has its position all the way to the right, at 255. Now launch the code. What happens will depend on what position your servo motor was in. If it was already at position 1, it will only move once, to position 255. If it was anywhere else, it will move twice, once to position 1, and a second time to position 255. The other basic block in the servo motor menu is the Servo Motor Idle block. This block will release the hold on the shaft of the motor, making it idle. If you try to move the motor shaft around after sending it to a set position, you will notice that it is locked in place and doesn't want to move. This is because it is waiting to be moved to a new position, so it has to know what its last position was. If you want to be able to move it around manually without using Workshop, you have to put it into idle mode, which will release the lock and allow you to move it around freely. To try it, just connect a servo motor idle block to the start and launch it. When you try to move the crosspiece around, you will see that it moves a lot easier, with no resistance. That was all the basic blocks in the servo motor menu. If you want to know about the rest of the blocks in the menu, I encourage you to watch the Advanced Servo Motor Blocks video, which talks about these blocks in depth.